have to start next week.
Perfect, whatever. Perfect. I'm about to start streaming. You can't come in and start talking to me like that. I'm about to start in like 15 minutes. So just a heads up. Going. Oops. Kind of looks like that. Oops. Oopsie. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. You'll be getting that. You'll be getting that. 2 minutes. Here, you get here so you can get closer. Cabo Patch, that's the cream version. But there, now it's perfect. You're welcome. Oh, bam. Oh, it's not angled that way. sure. I'm having your wall flash. We'll go downstairs when you're done with your work. Okay. I'll take it. I'm back. On this, you're right. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I have 3 minutes to go. What's up? What for? Yeah, use the natural light while I can. Oh, shoot. There is background noise. Okay, cool. Great. Oh. Okay. Hooray! Hooray! The stream is starting. It's real live meow. It's real, because I guess you guys could hear me before, which was not the plan. That was not the plan. But here we are. It was not the plan, but now it is the plan. Alright. Hello. Yes. Okay, now that this is happening, I can see the chat. I can see everybody. Taupe Ghost is telling me to cry harder. Rod is saying that if they can hear me. Hello, I have not been bugged since AOD. It wasn't bugging. It was chilly. Alright. Okay, y'all. So, I am here. And I am going to be doing some work on Azrael's shoulder bits today. This is what I have. Some of you guys might have seen some pictures. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to match up this one to this guy. And then hopefully once we get there, I can start either adding the wings, adding some border pieces, or maybe starting to get to work on this flower here. So we're gonna get going and see what we can do. I've got my 2-part epoxy sculpt. This is not actual epoxy sculpt, it's Magic Sculpt, which is just another brand of the same thing. Epoxy Sculpt is the same thing. It's the most popular brand, but it's still a sculptable, moldable, air dry resin clay. Alright. So. King Farron says, those look so rad. Thank you. Hopefully they'll look even better when I actually am done with them. For some reason, it looks like there's oil in here. I don't know what happened. This has never happened before. But I guess since this is the hardener, I'd assume that maybe it's... I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe something happened. Hopefully it'll still work, though. We're going to try it anyways and see. The overall long-term plan for these guys is that I'm going to sculpt some pieces in the epoxy resin. Some pieces are going to be foam covered with Mod Podge and glue to make it smooth. And then the whole thing, ideally, the plan right now is to coat it in Plastidip, so the whole thing will have a smooth, uniform finish and color to it. Right now, I'm thinking about painting it in a pearlescent white. I'm looking into paints that have a chameleon effect, though. Hopefully, I'll be able to find something that can do kind of kaleidoscopic, iridescent rainbow effect, which is the dream for this costume. No pun intended, except maybe a little. Alright. So, for those of you who do not know, to use the epoxy resin, you need 2 parts. And they need to be about even parts. About 1 part of the resin, 1 part of the hardener, about equal in size. The hardener is slightly darker than the resin, which is slightly lighter. So basically what I do is I like to smush them into a pancake together that are about equal to each other and how wide they are, how big they are. I mean, you know, nothing's perfect, but hey, we do what we can here. It says, "Hola, it's IRL Bill Cipher from Cosplay Amino." Hello, IRL Bill Cipher from Cosplay Amino. I am Dragonblade from Cosplay Amino, aka Shy Den. But yes, this is what I mean by flattening it out to a pancake that's about as the hardener is about as wide as the resin. So what I do with this then is instead of mixing it all together, I'll take off pieces as needed. So this way, once you start mixing it together and like this, and you start getting a workable piece, it won't harden before you can use it. You have a pretty good work time, like maybe a good 40 minutes with it. Sometimes that's not enough time. God only knows. But yeah. Right now I'm gonna start working on the Delta rune on this. This is a Delta rune, but it's not in a shield, it's in a heart. This is Azrael, who's made up of a bazillion monster souls and a couple of human ones as well. So I'm trying to incorporate a heart motif as much as I can in this. So here we go. Start making a long noodle. I'm gonna start with the heart this time, I think. I'm not sure if that's what I did last time, but that's what we're doing this time. Got some water, this metal cup back here. I don't know if you can see it. I've got I have some water because this stuff can be smoothed out with water, which makes it really nice and easy to work with. I have a tool. This is a toothpick, or a little small toothbrush, or a wisp. That's what they're called wisps, which is was taught to me as a very effective sculpting tool back when I still worked in an effect shop. They taught it to me for use in making things look like giving realistic skin texture, but I found the little hook to be useful for smoothing edges in general, which is really, really nice. So right now it's just, let's get the clay on and see, and make a nice angle. It's going to come out to a nice beveled edge. You'll notice it's starting to make the little bit of the design go away. The water is kind of erasing it, but that's all right because I'm pretty planned out with what I want to do. So those guidelines for what, I can just look to the other one to try to remember. And if need be, I can always redraw it. Also, I have my reference art of a Delta rune right here. If you can move my scissors out of the way, you can see it. This is the Delta rune that I cut out and used for my for the piece on my on the robe. And so it's about going to be that size. I'm just reusing my template so I can look at the actual design and compare it to the one that I'm working on right down here. It feels nice to be back on stream. It really does. I miss doing it, and I've missed all of you guys. Feels like homecoming. Yeah. Planning on streaming for the next couple days. Definitely on Friday. Hopefully also on Saturday. Both around the same time, both days. Tomorrow I'm thinking about doing a very special Passover edition. I'm going to teach you guys about Passover. And by teach you about Passover, I mean work more on my armor. Because that's totally the same thing. If I've learned anything. I got my bottle of Manischewitz. Got my Jewish wine. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be great. got sculpting in and of itself is not exactly a fun to watch, I guess. It's kind of slow. So I apologize for that. And if I can bring you just a little bit closer. Maybe just a little closer so you can maybe see a bit better what's going on. You can see what part I'm working on. Rod says, so much has happened since we last talked. It's so good to see you streaming again. Thank you. Oh, let me tell you, my life has been actually mostly the same. It's just been a lot of doing this, a lot of working on stuff, a lot of continuing to work at the Starbucks, a lot of samesies, for better for worse. But you know, I've got some nice stuff planned. On my Instagram, I'm almost at 700 followers, and I'm going to be doing a cosplay contest or hosting one once I reach 700 followers on there. I'm wearing the prototype Hotland scarf that I'm going to be selling in a short run once the final designs come back from the manufacturer printer. And I have good things on the horizon, but I guess I've been doing behind the scenes sort of stuff as opposed to fun interpersonal interacty social things, which, as we all know, is what I prefer to do. I like it. I like talking to everyone. I love hearing the sound of my own voice, as y'all know. But yeah, chat, what kind of stuff have you guys been up to? I know some of you I talk to on social media, like, a bunch already, because y'all are, like, my friends. But yeah, what's been going on in everyone else's lives? Share it for the whole internet to hear. This long silence is me waiting to see if the chat's got anything to say because of the time delay. Our best friend, the time delay. I don't forget that. Rod says, I'm pushing forward with my Metaton cosplay because after my last con I received a really, really feelsy confession. Oh man. You gotta share that story. I want to hear about a feelsy confession. Share it with the class. Share it with the class. And he said, and Rod says, so I might even have my own underswap Lukey to couples cosplay with. That's adorable. That's super cute. Good on you. Good on you. Undertale getting people together. I respect that. Good job. Good job, Undertale community. You're hooking up with each other. You're pairing off into couples cosplay. I love it. Also, any excuse for more meta Bluke is fine by me. I'll take it. Okay. Come on, heart. You can do it. You can get shaped. Okay, so we're definitely starting to get somewhere feasible with this top part of the heart. Alright, just gotta push this little bit over here. Okay. Alright, so now that this top part of the heart is nice and peaks, is shaped all good, you can see it. It's not perfect, but it's, you can't really tell, but it is nice and sharp with good peaks. Nice good peaks. And from there, we can continue adding more of the heart. The reason why I'm shaping it small section by small section instead of laying it down and doing it is because by the time I get it all down, it would start to be drying already, and I wouldn't be able to get this nice shape. And it would be that I would just going little bit by little bit. So I'd rather have something and go piece by piece than have a little blob in the shape of a heart. Edges. Don't forget, gotta be clean. Gotta keep them clean. Keep it clean, y'all. Keep it clean. It's a family-friendly stream. It's actually not. None of us here are particularly family-friendly people. Brad says they were staff at the con and invited me to stay in their room, but the other two people who shared the room were a couple, so we ended up accidentally sharing a bed together, which was super awkward because we both had secret crushes on each other. But at the end of the con, we had this super long hug. A couple weeks later, they ended up telling me how they felt because of the obvious tension. That's so cute. That's super cute. That's like something straight out of a rom-com meet cute. Mettaton would approve. Truth. I'm like, wow, that's super cute. Approve. Taupe Ghost, yes. Taupe Ghost is very correct on this one. Super kawaii. Alright. Gotta do the easy part or the not so easy part? Not so easy part. Let's go for it. Yeah. Yeah, son. Nothing is easy. Let's go straight for creating the points. Let's get to the point. So I'm doing this. That part now. Repeat the same steps. Let me tell you, it's times like this I really wish that I had gotten that stream plugin up and running where we could all put together a custom playlist. So then we could all have nice music going in the stream. That would be very lovely. Because I gotta tell you, I know it must be boring enough when I was working on the chainsaw and I was just sticking on like little rhinestones one at a time. That must have been boring. But this must also be super boring. Oh, you guys. How do I make sculpting interesting? How do I make it hold your interest? How do I reach these keys? Alright, so it's starting to happen. It's starting to get there. The nice part is that I like being able to take away parts of the clay in order to create the shape. Yeah, maybe if you just do it like that, you can see some interesting stuff going on. Oops. That was bad. That was dumb. Fixed it. Fixed it. Ruined it. Saved it. Oh, cool. Rod says that he's been hanging with Trix a couple times and that they saw Zootopia. What did you think of Zootopia, and what do you feel? What do you feel like now that Disney has made it okay and socially acceptable in all circles to be a furry? In case anyone's curious what I'm doing now, I'm using the other end, the brush side, to try to make this smooth. How am I making it smooth? By scoring it? Well, when I make the grooves, it helps actually even out everything so that when I smooth it over later, everything will be nice and even. It's like something that I learned in makeup school. It's like sanding it. It's like sanding the wet, I guess, clay. Now I can go back over my finger, smooth it out, and now it's a lot more even. So now it's a lot more even. I'm not sure if it's picking, if this camera is a good enough quality to pick up the detail, but if it's not, then you're just going to have to assume that I'm right. Which really is kind of the best way to go anyways. Certainly makes me feel better. Just assume that I'm right. Except Taupe. Taupe never needs to do that because Taupe is actually always right. There. Oh, looks so nice and clean. I'm very proud of myself. Good job, me. You did it. You're special. You are the best and deserve a gold star. And you can redeem at Starbucks after getting 125. You can get a free drink. Rod says that he thought Zootopia was great, and it's always good to see more acceptance being built for furries, ? But I also totally dug the secret, not so secret message about racism. You know, I don't think it was specifically about racism. I thought it was just about any kind of bigotry in general. I know a lot of people go directly to racism because it's such an obvious one. But I think that, personally, saying that it's just about racism kind of limits how good that message is and how that can apply to other kinds of marginalized groups, or otherwise misunderstood, easily demonized groups. So for that, I think that it's much bigger than racism. Although it's easy to go there with the stuff about the cops, because she was a cop, and you have that because that's, you know, in the media and in the news a lot now. I don't know. I think it's almost a disservice to make it just about racism, I guess. I don't know. Because just so I thought it was great, especially that it used the the metaphor that they were able to go with the whole predator prey animals and stuff like that. It was very I guess unique to the source material. Like if they hadn't done it with furries, you wouldn't have been able to get such a I think a very, I guess, clear kind of message going on there. Like the way it was abstractified into that, or how that was, I guess, like, you know, symbolic or whatever. It worked so well. And I don't know if another one would have, like, if it hadn't been furries, if it had been, I don't know. Well, that was fun. I wish I could tell you what the hecky just happened there, but other than my whole computer froze, I got nothing. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I do not know what the hecky that was there. Hopefully it won't happen again. Fingers crossed it doesn't. Oh, boy. Well, back to work. I'm not sure what point it cut out at, so let's just hope it doesn't happen again. I had a text Hope. If King Baron says the hecky heck